For the first time, the United States attends the 65th anniversary of the atomic bombing of Hiroshima. The site of the world's worst atomic bomb attack echoed with the choirs of schoolchildren and the solemn ringing of bells on Friday, as Hiroshima marked its biggest memorial yet, and the first to be attended by the United States and other major nuclear powers. Washington's decision to send U.S. Ambassador John Roos to the 65th anniversary of the bombing was seen by many as potentially paving the way for President Barack Obama to visit Hiroshima, which would be unprecedented for a sitting U.S. leader or president. Along with the United States, Britain and France also made their first official appearance at the memorial, as well as United Nations Secretary General. Altogether, 74 nations were represented. China, which sent a low-ranking official in 2008, was not participating. Officials said it did not give a reason. Disarmament message. Hiroshima was careful to ensure that the memorial, while honoring the 140,000 who died on or soon after the attack on August 6, 1945, emphasized a look-forward approach, focusing not on whether the bombing was justified, a point which many Japanese dispute, but on averting a future nuclear attack. The ambassador said the memorial was a chance to show resolve toward nuclear disarmament. For the sake of future generations, we must continue to work together to realize a world without nuclear weapons. He also added, "Yes, it's getting very close." The United Nations Secretary General, who presented flowers at the Eternal Flame in Hiroshima's Peace Memorial Park, said this year's memorial will send a strong signal to the world that nuclear weapons must be destroyed. "Life is short, but memory is long," he said. "For many of you, that day endures, as vivid as the white light that seared the sky, as dark as the black rains that followed." He also added that the time has come to move from ground zero to global zero, a world without any nuclear arms whatsoever. Washington's decision to attend the anniversary has been welcomed by Japan's government, but has generated complex feelings among some Japanese who see the bombing as unjustified and want the United States to apologize. Americans think that the bombing was reasonable because it speeded up the end of the war. They try to see it in a positive way, said a 69-year-old former teacher after paying her respects to the dead. "But we were devastated. Some 140,000 people were killed or died within months when the American B-29 Enola Gay bombed Hiroshima on August 6, 1945. 3 days later, another 80,000 people died after the United States attacked Nagasaki. Japan surrendered on August 15th, ending World War II. Concerns that attending the ceremony, an emotional event beginning with the offering of water to the dead and a moment of silence to soothe their souls, would reopen old wounds, had kept the U.S. away until this year. U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton told reporters in Washington that Obama believed it would be appropriate to recognize this anniversary by sending the ambassador. The State Department deemed the time was right to do so, and it was a chance to push Obama's goal of nuclear disarmament. Hiroshima's mayor praised that position. "We are encouraged that our voice is being heard," the mayor said. "It is the wish of the survivors of the bombing that the voices of peace will be heard." He also called on the Japanese government to take a leadership role in nuclear disarmament toward turning a new page in human history. I offer my prayers to those who died. We will not make you be patient much longer. Yes, it's time. At Hiroshima's Peace Memorial Park, where Friday's ceremony was held, some visitors expressed concerns that Japan's view of the bombing, seen by many as excessive use of deadly force, conflicts with America's view. A 61-year-old peace activist said she welcomed the decision to send the ambassador, but added that she thought it was dangerous to think that the bombing of Hiroshima was justified. The number of survivors able to attend the ceremony is steadily falling as more die of old age. According to Japan's Kyoto News Agency, the average age of the survivors is over 76 years, and the number of certified survivors has fallen to 227,565 from a peak of 370,000. And yes, these are more signs. And in a related or connected development, a suspected Al-Qaeda operative who lived for more than 15 years in the United States has become chief of the terror network's global operations, the FBI says, marking the first time, again, marking the first time a leader so intimately familiar with American society has been placed in charge of planning attacks. He's making operational decisions is the best way to put it, said the FBI's lead investigator. He's looking at attacking the United States. Basically, through attrition, he has become his old boss. So in other words, Al-Qaeda's chief is now an American. And that too is another sign. And all these are more signs of the end times, transition days. Everything is numbered, and everything is connected. Revelation, chapter 16, verse 8. The fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. 9. And men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of God, which has power over these plagues. And they repented not to give him glory. 10. And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness, and they gnawed their tongues for pain. 11. And blasphemed the God of heaven because of their pains and their sores, and repented not of their deeds. 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. 14. For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles, which go forth unto the leaders or kings of the earth, and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of God Almighty. 15. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watches and keeps his garments, lest he walk naked, and they see his shame. 16. And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. Yes, it's imminent. And there are many signs happening daily all around the world.